morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
My name is Chris
I'm
and
Lucinda.
my partner Lucinda. We are dialing in from Johannesburg, South Africa. And tonight we're going to be doing a training on a topic called getting started effectively.
Yeah.
We see a lot of people coming into the business and they've been in for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. And what we find is people get stuck on a couple of things. And, when we start the communication, we ask very simple basics. And there's a lot of things that they didn't actually know about.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to really lay the foundation for anybody that's just got started. And this is across the board for people joining for different reasons. And this is a document that people should go through with every brand new person that signs up.
And just to say as well, this might not be everything that you share immediately with a new brand partner. You might stagger the conversations. Once you know where they're at, do they just want to use the product? Then ABC is going to be important to have. Do they want to start building? Then some of the other things going to be important. So just know that you still have to sort of custom make this information to whoever you are have in front of you as a brand partner. Meet them where they're at.
Correct. All right. So getting started effectively. The first question that I always like to ask a person when they've signed up is, why did you join LifeWave? Because we make the assumption that a person joins and wants to knock this out the ballpark and turn this into a monster business.
Yes.
But that isn't their intent. That's not why they joined. So when you find out from a person why they joined, you can then know which direction to take with them.
What is their favorite part or what intrigues them the most? And having their why is also something that you will use further on. And at the event of a brand partner, say 6 months, a year down the line, maybe just forgetting their why, you as their upline will be there then to remind them and guide them back onto their journey.
Correct. I'm going to cover that in the next slide, talking about the why. Yeah. So question number 2 is, what are your expectations? And this is also twofold, because we're talking expectations on 2 things, either the product or the business. And we're going to cover both tonight. There we go. Product and or business. So getting started effectively, these are the 3 questions to ask. And then you're all on the same page right off the bat. And nothing is left to assumption.
Yeah.
We all know the meaning of assumption, making ass out of you and me. So no assumptions left on the table.
Another way that I've heard a lot of the upline leaders say is at the end of a presentation, when they revert back or connect with their new guests, they will often ask, what was your favorite part? So not what did you like, what is your favorite part? And it will either be, I love what the product can do, or yes, there's a business and I want to look into that, or it might be the community and being connected to a group of people that are like-minded. So that's another way that you can structure this and get to that kind of question.
Right, so let's just jump straight into the product. So if the person says to you, well, I'm not interested in the business at all, I just want to use the product. So you're going to find out. So you want to use the product? Yes. So you need to ask a question even within the category. So did you join to resolve a health challenge, which is something that's very important, because you might know that they've got a certain ailment that they're trying to
That
resolve.
is the product that we bring to the market. It helps with health.
Did you join to maintain good general health? A person might not be sick. They might not have any ailments or problems, but they've seen or they know enough information to make sure that they do not get to the point where they've got an ailment and would rather look after their health now. What is that word? Prevention is better than cure.
They see the technology, they understand what this can bring to their healing journey or their reverse age journey. So that's why they want to be on patches.
So I like to ask, have you followed the 90-day protocol? So we cover that in the presentations, as David Smith says, just to get your body to balance you need to be on at least the 90-day protocol, then followed by where are you on your time frame with 1 month per decade of being alive. So as we know, the 90-day protocol is to get your body into balance. And then to get your body to optimum level, you need to be on the product for 1 month per decade you've been alive.
And if they start, you can then say, are you willing, happy to go on to a 90-day protocol? Are you comfortable with that? That will also give you an idea of where they at. And then you can motivate the fact that we really feel, and David also recommends that people are at a minimum of 90-day protocol and then 1 month for every decade that you are old.
And that's how you would know, are your expectations being met, knowing how far they are, because we need to be upfront with people when they join. If a person says, oh, I just want to try the product for a month, we're doing them, the company, a disservice, because if the product doesn't work, they're going to say, oh, well, this is a load of rubbish. The product hasn't worked, because we need to have realistic expectations on the time frame that a person needs to be
on. We definitely want to be mindful of people's time, their money, and what they put into LifeWave, so that we can meet the expectations and help them along.
All right. So something that has popped into my mind, this has been on my mind for a little while now. We talk to a lot of people. We see a lot of information back and forth on the groups, where a person might have just started X39 as an example, and all of a sudden they're saying they got flushes, or their pain has got worse, or they're feeling sick, or they've got headaches, or that type of thing. And the people freak out. Mm-hmm. And the reason why the people are freaking out is because they didn't know up front. So imagine if you're talking to a person and you say to them, well, there's a couple of questions I'm going to go through now, which is going to cover that. But if a person knows up front that they could go through a detox and it does happen, they're not going to freak out.
And that it's quite normal and good for the body.
Correct. As part of the healing journey. Yes. And you have what you call a healing crisis that Dr. Jen O'Sullivan talks about.
We can get rid of the toxins or whatever it is in the body that's causing the detox, the quicker we can heal in a holistic, healthier way.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to cover now. So remember, everybody's body is unique and different. So we don't know what's happening in the inside. So results may vary from person to person, and people need to know that up front. If you answer yes to any of the following questions below, you may experience a detox. And as Lucinda said, a detox is actually a good thing. So I'm going to be going through some very direct questions. And I think this is something we need to ask every single person before getting onto the product. Number one.
This will be a conversation that you have, doesn't have to be a lengthy one. You will have these pointers, and already you might have a bit of information about your new brand partner. So you'll be able to guide them through this and get the information.
Right. So the first question you're going to ask the person is, are you on any chronic medication? Because that is going to play a role to how effective the X39 is going to be.
Correct.
Number two, have you had anesthetic in the last 2 years? That is going to play a role as well. Have you had any types of vaccinations in the last 5 years? I'm not talking about just the COVID vaccination. We're talking about flu vaccinations, polio, any type of vaccination will play a role if you've done that in the last 5 years. Number four, have you experienced any emotional trauma over the last 2 years?
Yeah, we just don't realize how much, how trauma puts extra pressure and stress on the body. And this has all got to do with the emotional detox that we have to go through.
It's your mind-body link.
Yeah.
Number five, do you drink more than 4 units of alcohol per day? That is going to also play a role in the effectiveness of the X39. And then number 6, do you drink less than 2 liters of water per day? I didn't realize, when I see some of the messages on the group, I just sit and go, what am I reading? Where people say, no, they refuse to drink water. They don't drink water at all. This is something that needs to become a habit. So Also on top of the water, number 7, do you drink electrolytes at least twice a week? Now, you guys will see us on the calls. We've got our water bottles with us.
We have our adult sippy cups.
Yes. And I mean, this blue water bottle I'm holding now, I think it's clocked more Voyager miles than what I have. This goes all around the world with me. People have noticed it in some of the photos, and they saw it in Dubai, they saw it in France, and they're going, does that water bottle go with you everywhere? Guys, it never used to. I'll be honest with you guys, I never used to drink this much water in my life until joining LifeWave, but it's something that I had to learn the importance of. It's something we should have been doing anyway, but now it's top of mind, and all you've got to do is make it a habit. And as we know, it takes 21 days to make or break a habit.
And on this note, also just to say that overall nutrition and a healthy lifestyle is also important, or at least steering towards improving those if you need to.
All right, so that is on detox. Now we're going to talk about a detox solution. Okay, there's a water glass. The detox solution. So what we need to do, and this is information that we have got from Dr. Stacey, Dr. Jen O'Sullivan, people that are doctors that have, Dr. Ali Grimston, that have been part of LifeWave community for many years. And some of them even started with LifeWave before X39 was even launched. And what we have found, and what we have watched a lot of information on, is when it comes to those 7 questions that are asked and people are getting detox symptoms, a lot of it also goes down to inflammation, because the inflammation, a lot of that causes inflammation, right?
Yeah.
Now we know that the product that gets inflammation down is the Aeon, and it's got its nickname. It's called the Dynamic Duo. Now, chronic inflammation, this type of inflammation persists over a bit of time, can lead to various health problems, including a lot of inflammation. You will get autoimmune diseases. That's like arthritis, lupus, multiple sclerosis, cardiovascular disease, risk of heart attacks and stroke, cancer. Chronic inflammation causes all types of cancer, neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, metabolic disorders, that's insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. So the pro tip is start with Aeon, use for 1 to 2 weeks, and then introduce the X39. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get the inflammation down. Once the inflammation is down, that means that the X39 is going to do its work so much more effectively. That's right.
Just to touch on this, when we look at these chronic inflammation diseases, ailments, you will recognize that this is often some of the issues or the illnesses that come up in the communication on the groups, right? So all of these are related to inflammation. So often the go-to would be start with the Aeon and then bring X39 in. If you, and this pro tip is actually just
this is if the people have answered yes to any of those questions in the previous slide. But then you can very comfortably go with Aeon and X39 simultaneously.
Yeah.
But if you've got any of those detox symptoms, go off the X39 for a little bit, and then 2 weeks just with Aeon.
Yeah. And at any stage, if you have a client on X39 and you now experience the detox, then just take them off for a while, do the Aeon for 1 to 2 weeks, and then back on.
That's right. And then yesterday or the day before, somebody posted a 4-minute video clip on the group where David Schmidt talks about Aeon in 4 minutes. And I didn't even know this, that Aeon was the #1 selling patch before X39. I mean, as we know, X39 is the most popular patch, is about 80% of the market share. But Aeon is a very powerful product. And then we're talking about the Dynamic Duo. Okay, so that's on the product side, because it's also very important that the people are getting the results on the product, and the people are feeling satisfied with the results that they get.
True.
So
very important for us.
And you've got to become a product of your product. Okay, so let's then go on to the onto the business side. So this is when the person turns around and goes, you know what? Yes, the product's important. You've covered that, but also want to turn LifeWave into a business.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of questions that you can ask within the business because people are at different places there as well. So I like to ask the question, did you join to cover maybe the costs of your patches?
Yeah.
So a person might say, no, I'm not interested in building a massive business, but I wouldn't mind signing a couple of people up and just getting the costs of the patches covered. Then another question is, maybe did you join to relieve your financial anxiety? So you want to make a little bit of extra money. Maybe did you join to maybe make an extra couple of $100 a month? Or did you join to make LifeWave a full-on business?
Yes.
And are your expectations being met? So you might have been part of LifeWave for a little while now, and you might be thinking, all right, I've hit a bit of a slowdown. Nothing's happening. People I'm talking to might not be getting back to you. We covered a lot of that in last week's training by following the recipe. And that's why we're putting these trainings in place so that you can have the basics in place to help you succeed wherever you want to be in
this is a model that you can always refer to and adjust to your brand partner's specific situation.
So going back to what Lucinda was saying now, this is very, very important to know upfront when a person joins and they say, yes, they want to do this as a business or any of those points in the previous slide. What is your why? What is your why? Why did you join LifeWave and what, or why do you want to turn this into a business? Is it that you want to get rid of debt maybe? Maybe you want to get rid of those credit cards. Maybe it could be that you want to go on that overseas holiday that you've been wanting to go on for many years. Or is it that you...
Time freedom.
Maybe it's setting up that nest egg for the kids.
Yeah, or just a new opportunity that looks exciting and in line with your essence and what you want to do with the rest of your life.
Or is it maybe you just want to get your car paid off? You might want to get a new car, or maybe settle your bond.
Yeah.
Settle your bond, and maybe if you want to look at getting a second property. So, the options are unlimited. It's completely up to you. This just popped into my brain now, something that I covered in the training that we did live in Bedford View. It popped into my mind because I used the word bond. In South Africa, when you purchase a property, you get a loan from the bank and you pay back what you call your bond. It's a bond repayment. In the USA, that's called your mortgage.
Yes.
So you're paying the bank back for lending you the money so that you can purchase your home. Now, here in South Africa, normally you take out a bond, you take out a loan for your property, and it takes you between 20 and maybe 25 years to pay off your bond. Now, anybody that is a homeowner, I don't know if you've ever done this scary exercise. Have you taken your calculator out? So say you've bought the home for XYZ amount of money, and you've got your bond amount that you have to pay every month. Take your calculator, take that amount and times it by 12 and times it by 20. I think you'll fall off your chair if you haven't done that exercise. Did you know that you end up paying nearly 3 times the amount back to the bank just for lending you the money? So yeah, the banks make good money. We know that. And something that really scares me, or
it's a wake-up call, right, to see what really happens.
It's something that like affected me. You know why? Because I've been there. It's happened to me before.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago. You get your bond and you pay every month. You don't miss a bond payment. You religiously pay every month. You pay. The things go on the back burner, but you make sure your bond is paid, right? Every single month. And then you paying it off for 5 years, you're paying it off for 10 years. You get to that 15-year mark and you think, wow, 15 years in, I've only got 5, almost there. I've only got 5 years to go on this bond.
You see that amount
just going down, 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 down. And if you miss 4 payments, 4 bond payments, the bank comes and repossesses your house. So don't ever let that happen to you. Get the side hustle going in the background now so that you don't ever have to have your back against the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you on the call this evening have experienced what it feels like to have your back against the wall. It's a scary place to be, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So, you know what, where you are now, put things in place so that that never happens to you. Maybe that's your why. You turn around and go, you know what? I don't need the banks anymore.
Well,
Let's just
like
pay that bond off.
I want to pay off the credit card just so that you don't have that kind of stress over you, and you can actually put the money elsewhere, invest it, let it work for you, and set yourself up. None of us are getting any younger. I know we're on patches and we'll probably work till we're 108, but we don't have to have those stresses when it comes to finances and money. We can do far better things with our time and our energy than when we put our mind to it.
Exactly. And that's the beauty about what this industry can give you. So network marketing, guys, is not a get-rich-quick plan. It is a business. It is a career. It's a tried and tested business model that gives everybody the same opportunity. In its purest form, network marketing is redistribution of wealth. So I always like to ask, right, you want to build a business. How many hours are you willing to put in per week? As we all know the saying, what you put in is in direct proportion to what you're going to get out. Now, we also have to have a bit of a time perspective. This is a 3 to 5 year career path. So if you think to yourself, wow, if it takes you 5 years to be earning R1 million a month, that is not too shabby. Put in the time. Think about it in your normal job. What would you have to do to be earning R1 million a month in your current job? Would you be able to get there in traditional business in 5 years' time?
Nope.
Probably not, unless you've got a franchise or a system in place.
Yeah.
And this is like your little mini franchise. Here's a bit of perspective. A commercial pilot has to fly 10,000 hours before you get your pilot's license. 10,000, I must add the word hours there.
Yeah.
10,000 hours you have to fly.
So you have to do the time in order to reach the success. I mean, I remember Onyx Cole talked about this, and this is what we also do on school level, where we have to put those amounts of hours in to accomplish something. So and until you've put the hours in, you most likely won't see the success. Am I right?
Correct. But you see, a pilot can't short track that. So in other words, he can't turn around and go, well, I'm going to do extra hours of flying to short track the time. Because guess what? He's not allowed to.
No.
You're only allowed to do X amount of hours. So those 10,000 hours is going to take you X amount of time. But here, you can actually short track the process.
Yes.
So you're putting the hours in, but you're duplicating your time. I saw a picture on Facebook about 45 minutes ago, and I just had to take a picture of it. You think it takes time, but it actually takes alignment.
There we go.
It actually takes alignment.
Once you put in the hours, once you've dedicated the time, then everything comes together.
Right. Your 9 to 5 pays your bills. Your 6 to 10, you build your empire. The beauty of network marketing is you build part-time and you earn while you learn. And lastly, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Second, lastly, be very specific as to what you want to achieve. Write it down and just watch magic happen.
Yeah.
We spoke about this in previous trainings, how important it is to write it down. So let's jump into some of the basics. Pre-basics, before anything. Before you even contact anybody on your name list, there's certain things that need to be in place. This must be done with your first working active upline. So what we mean by that is we get a lot of people that we call orphans in the business.
Yeah.
And I say that with all respect, using that word. But what it really means is they're lost, because the person who signed them up might only be 2 days in the business.
Yeah.
And they might be running a complete different business, and they joined really to use the product, spoke to somebody, signed them up, not even knowing that they even signed them up properly, Now, this person signed up, wants to do the business, but this person who signed them up hasn't got a clue what's going on. So that's why we're putting this training in place to help the people. And a lot of times we find people their homes, in other words, their first active upline, because what we do is when a person is, as Harvey would say, lost in the sauce, what we do is we find out who did you sign up underneath, and then we trace it up, and then we connect them to the first working upline. So that's what we mean.
Yes.
Where all this must be done together with the first.
Everybody is connected to an active upline.
Correct.
Might not be your direct that signed you up, might be 3 or 4 levels up, but we have a lineage that goes probably 50 levels deep right now. So we can track up who is your active upline, who do you belong to? And what I can say is in 333 in this team, there are amazing leaders on all our legs and all our levels that are dedicated and just really waiting to help whoever puts their hand up. So just always know that as a new brand partner.
Right. So with the first working active upline, what you need to do is the new person needs to sign into the back office.
Yeah.
At backoffice.lifewave.com. So that means using their username and their password and logging in, because what happens is the person will sign up and then that's it. They just kind of like leave them. And then they end up going to lifewave.com, trying to get into their back office, and they can't find where to get in, how to get in. And it's simply just knowing which website to use. It's not lifewave.com, it's backoffice.lifewave.com. That's an elementary mistake that I see quite a few new people have made, but it's not their fault. They just didn't know where to go. So that would be logging into the back office together with them.
And here I would also just add, I'll ask them to write down their username and their password or take a screenshot. Keep the password simple. There is no information there that has to be super safe and protected. So just keep it really, really simple, and make a copy of that. You guys won't believe how many times we get people that can't remember the username, forgot their password. You can go back in and reset it, and your upline can also check what the username is. But it's starting that process where you just make it a habit, it just really helps you and the brand partner along the way.
Just take a photo and you send it to each other so that you've got it. All right, then help the person create the referral link. It is really basic to do. It is in the toolbox, which we'll cover just now. But you obviously sent the username, the referral link, the person signed up. Now it's your job to make sure that your person that you've signed up has got their referral link ready to sign people. And it's very easy. You got a link when you signed up, you clicked on it, you signed up. And it was lifewave.com/ you put your username in, /enrollment /packs, and that is your
enrollment link. To always point out for the new brand partner that the first one is their link to because we talk about links, right? So a link can be lots of different things. So the first link is their link to the back office, right? That's where they're going to sign in with their username and their password. And then we have our referral link. And that's what you send out to their new people that they potentially want to sign up. Do not get the two confused.
Because we've had some people clicking on the referral link again, trying to get into the website. So that's why we're putting it.
It's just a little bit of a communication that we need to do with new people.
Correct. Right. Then also show the person how to place an order. You might think that's pretty basic, but a new person, you can't expect them just to go in and know where to press, what to push. That's also in the toolbox, but it's also nice to go through that with them one-on-one.
And then just to touch on something there as well, seeing that we're running the special this week, also show them where the promotions are. So the promotion that is always permanently in the back office is the performance bundle with the X9, X49. But when we run a special like we are this week, that is where you would see any other promotions that are on. And they have to click on that as the order type to place the order.
And then right off the bat, set their leg to either left or right. Then also show them where to see their personally enrolled people. which is also always very, very important. There you go to organization, and then from organization, you go to the third one from the top where you put the personally enrolled people.
So this is then, carry on.
Then number 6 is show them where to see the binary tree, which is so important. You go to organization again, third one from the bottom, binary tree viewer. Those are the two main places that they really need to see, other than placing the order, selecting left or right, see your personally enrolled, and see your binary tree.
Okay. And then one other thing that we can add on here is also show them where the resources are on their back office. And this is a great example of how you might do this for a new brand partner in steps. In the beginning, you're going to make sure right off the bat that they have the back office link, their own username, and that they know how to place an order. And then in a couple of weeks, when they're ready to sign somebody up, then the next conversation is going to start. And you're going to, once they sign somebody up, you can show them how the organization works.
There you go. And then also, this might seem like a obvious or a basic one, but it's actually not that obvious. They need to know that where the support email address is, or have it at hand. A lot of people put support at LifeWave or customer support at LifeWave.
Yeah.
And the emails never go through. Then the people bounce back and forth and go, this company sucks. I sent an email a week ago. Nobody has replied, but they've sent it to the wrong email address. So it's not that LifeWave is not replying to you. It's just that they never got an email from you.
Lost in space.
It's lost in space because it's the wrong email. So
we are connected to the European LifeWave Customer Services, so that's EU.
That's right. So it's Customer Service EU at lifewave.com.
And this is really just for support things. If it's anything to do with an order that was delivered or a shortfall in an order, then you guys know just to feedback to me or Sandy Ashfield, Sandy Feast, and we will help with anything on the ground when it comes to a parcel query.
Right, then some more basics before getting started. Make sure you have the following in place. So number 1, make sure that you are on one of the Team 333 WhatsApp groups. We got Team 333 number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1 and 2 are just about nearly full. They've hit over that 1,000 mark. And number 3 has got about 400, 500 people. Then as soon as that's full, we'll create number 4. What I want to ask people is, if you're already a brand partner and you might be on 2 or 3 of the groups, when you ask a question, please can you ask a question just on one group, not all Chris. 3 of them?
Yeah.
Just to try and keep everything a lot more cleaner.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, any of the leaders that are on the call this evening, I would just like to, for myself and Lucinda, say thank you so much for helping the people with the questions. I jump in when I can. Lucinda jumps in when I can. But to see everybody jumping in, it shows people that we part of a bigger community with the same goal of just wanting to help other people.
Vision, and everybody wants to help. Yeah.
Very important. You're going to be on one of the WhatsApp groups. Otherwise, if you're not in a WhatsApp group, you can be kind of like lost in space.
Yeah.
It's disconnected from the mothership, basically.
And we know the groups are busy. Put it on silent. Don't feel like you need to read every message or reply or give a comment. This is just as a community service so that you guys are plugged in. You can learn quite a lot there, and this is where you will find most of the information that you need.
That's right. Then you can also be on one of the Team 333 WhatsApp specific groups. In other words, Cape Town, UK. As you guys saw yesterday, the day before, I created the Team 333 Australia group, and we're going to be starting to get meetings up and running in Australia. And we've got the Dubai group as well. So yeah, we're getting the different, more specific groups in place. Then also make sure that they have the link to the Telegram testimonies only group. We spoke about that earlier. It's also good to have the link while we're busy putting the link tree together. So it's good to have both.
A good resource.
Very easy. That's the link. It's bit.ly/LW testimonials. We share that on the group all the time. Another good thing is subscribe to our YouTube channel. So that's
It's free.
you go into YouTube. Yeah, some people go, I can't subscribe. What's it going to charge? What are you going to charge me?
Confusing words. So
it's free.
the channel is free. And it also just really helps to get the awareness out there. We're building on the numbers, and everything is there. Every training, every presentation, all the previous events that we have recordings on, they are all there on the playlist. It's a beautiful resource to have.
Completely. So that's youtube.com/@LW Team 333. Join the This Is It Facebook group. All you do is just go onto Facebook and you do a search and you put This Is It, and then you subscribe to the Facebook group. Then also go through the This Is It websites. All of us know, as per the training of last week, the thisisit.info.com. This is more to send to a prospect. But if you haven't spent time on it, do yourself a favor and spend some time so that you can
easily refer or point
and navigate through it so that you know what to point out to people. Thisisit.info.com. Then on the business side, there is thisisitteam.com. Guys, wow, you can get stuck on that website. There is so much information and resources there. And then important is the Zooms and the live events. And this information is obviously found on the groups.
Yes, there's something that I thought of now that we can also add to this is the LifeWave Facebook Europe. I know there's a business building one, the LifeWave corporate, it's called LifeWave Connect YouTube channel, where all the recordings for trainings that we did last night and David's talks go on, and also the WhatsApp channel.
The WhatsApp channel, yes.
The LifeWave corporate WhatsApp channel, where they also post the links for this upcoming Zooms or any important communication.
And a lot of that is what we constantly put onto the WhatsApp groups. Also, just a quick one, you'll see a lot of times we remove posts. We're not removing posts just because we feel like deleting anything. When you see us removing stuff and a lot of the admin, it's when people put pictures of their cake recipes, pictures of their kids, pictures of their holidays. We see some very strange pictures coming through, invoices and voice notes
that are blank.
Voice notes that are blank. A lot of people do pocket calls. So what we do is myself and Lucinda and a lot of the admin people, when we're deleting, it's just to keep it clean so people don't have to listen to a 5-minute voice note with nothing on there, or pictures of family and kids and pets and all that type of stuff. So we try and keep the group as best we can LifeWave only, but we can't be on the group 24/7. That's where everybody helps.
You'll also see the little post, a little image that we share with the guidelines, just a short point of it. I'll actually put the full guidelines up again towards the end of the week, just to remind everybody. And this is just meaning that it was something that was basically out of line with the guidelines for the group, just to keep us on track.
And then the most important document, the toolbox.
Yes.
It's the A to Z guide for everything related, everything LifeWave related. So the A to Z, the toolbox, sometimes when I get messages and I'm communicating with somebody and I ask kind of like, we get messages out the blue and I say, how long have you been with this LifeWave? And I've been part of LifeWave for 4 months and they're stuck with this, they're stuck with that. And I said, have you looked in the toolbox? And they go, what is that? And I kind of go, oh my word. Guys, this toolbox is the most important document that you could ever have. So you guys, a lot of you guys have been through it. Any of you guys that are new on the call tonight, you might be thinking, what is this toolbox? It's pinned at the top of all the groups. Don't let the numbers of the document scare you. The page numbers. Guys, this document took me
a lot of
300 hours plus to put together, and it's everything in one place. So what I do is, so you don't get overwhelmed, is I've just taken a screenshot of the 4 index pages. So what I've done is, with the toolbox, is I've broken it down into 4 parts, which a lot of people might not even know. And, the first part is where we talk about the company and the product. And what's really cool is this PDF, I've made it interactive. It's an interactive PDF. So where you see the topic and you see it underlined, did you know that you don't have to scroll all the way down to page number 98? All you do is tap on it once and bam, it's going to take you directly to page 198.
Yep.
And then if you want to go back again, there's a little blue block on the top right-hand side. You click on that and it takes you right back to the index again. Some people don't know that. So all you do is tap on it. So in part 1, we cover the company and the product. Now, guys, look at the topics from what are stem cells, the effects of aging, and invasive stem cell therapy. People might be asking, what is it? There it is. Person might ask, what is phototherapy? Covered there. The benefits of copper peptide. People might want to know all about LifeWave. 2 pages just about LifeWave. 4 pages just about David Schmidt. There are clips on David Schmidt. We talk about how it works. People might say, what is in these patches? You click on page 27 and 28, all information, what's in the patches, what to expect, why X39, the story of X39, the snapshot of the product range, and then each one, X39, X49, Aeon, Alabita, Carnosine, you click on it, and there's full 2 pages dedicated to each product. At the bottom, having realistic expectations. Then we have part 2, which are the how-tos, the pricing and resources. I'm not going to go through everything in detail, but it's got your enrollment kits, how to find your registration links, how to create your own link, how to do your leg selection. So everything, a lot of stuff we've covered earlier, everything is there, very easy at your fingertips. And then we have part 3, which is resources continued, the science and the research, the patents, the helpline, the WhatsApp groups, everything is there. Doctors' reviews, information, all about us being FDA friendly, the factory in Ireland, the 20-year magazine, 22 questions by David Schmidt, video clips, you name it. Yeah. And then lastly is part 4 is training and business tools. There we talk about stuff in the network marketing industry. This is it. This is a 10-step system. The PRO 2020 vision system, but this is it. Getting started properly, the comp plan, how to go manage it, training clips, handling objections. Absolutely everything you could think of is covered there. And there's some of the recordings of the conventions and that type of thing. So
yeah, so the toolbox is literally your reference guide. And when you are looking for specific things, you are going to refer to that and find it all there. It's put together in a way that Chris explained, that it's easy accessible. You can just go to the tab that you need and go back out. So it's your reference, guys. It's your toolbox. Never think that we expect you to read it cover to cover, though some of us have. I always say to new people that we sign up, even if you do 2 or 3 pages a night, or just go in and say, right, today I had a question about, or we're talking about glutathione. Let me read more about glutathione. Oh, I had somebody that needs to move their legs. Let me sharpen my skills and learn more about that. And you're going to use this toolbox to reference back to your brand partners if they have a question. So that is not just for your own resource, but for them as well. And then you become a pointsman. And that's what we want to try and create and help you guys with. So it becomes easier to guide the next person in the right way.
So a lot of times when I get a question from somebody, listen, I manage my life on my phone. I've got everything at my fingertips. Anything you ask me for, I'll have it for you in 20 seconds. I've got it in my color notes. I've got it in my files. I've got everything in its correct order and everything. Yes, I'm a little bit OCD in that way, but I just like to have structure. But where somebody might ask me for something, I'm not going to share it with them. And I'm kind of like not doing it because I'm trying to be funny. I learned this many, many years ago. Never give a person the information, but tell them where they can go and find the information. Because that way you are empowering the other person, and you also then facilitating the duplication process. because at the end of the day, if you look at the network marketing industry, this is all about duplicating yourself. Teach to teach so that you can sit on the beach. Teach to teach so that you can sit on the
Who
beach.
doesn't want to have
Exactly.
right?
So imagine if all of a sudden, I mean, guys, as you know, I've personally signed up 76 people, right? And just that on its own is busyness. And then I've got my orphans that I work with. So nice to see you, Joanne. I see you. Nice to see you on the call. There are a couple of orphans that come along that their uplines have been abducted by aliens and weird stuff happens, right? So they need a home. And yes, I've got some orphans I look after. So I'm busy. Guys, when I tell you I get 100 to 150 messages, sometimes 200 messages a day, the only way I'm able to talk to people is on voice note. Thank God for voice note. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, you can get so much done in a voice note. A lot of times, if a person phones, I'm not going to answer the phone. Not that I'm being funny. I just, the capacity. I would love to talk to everybody for hours, but it's impossible to talk to 100 people in a day. It humanly cannot be done. It cannot be done.
And often we are.
But I do schedule a call.
Yes.
So I will talk to every person on this call. I will talk to you, make no mistake, but it will be scheduled. So in other words, I'll say, right, let's organize a call on whatever day and time, or a Zoom call or whatever it is. But it's the only way that that you can manage it.
Yeah, you have to have structure. And I think often it's like, even if the phone rings, you are either on a call, going onto a call or a Zoom, or busy with voice notes, or doing something else that is important than having dinner.
Guys, type in the comment box. Type in the comment box. What is the longest voice note that you have received from somebody? Your personal. So I know sometimes you'll go, oh, God, like 8-minute voice note or 10-minute. When I see a 10-minute voice note, even at double speed, I'm like, oh my word. Type in the box. I'd love to see who breaks the record. What is the longest voice note that you can remember and that you have received? When I tell you, you're going to fall off your chair. Okay, 15 minutes, 11 doable. Minutes. Okay, doable. 9 minutes,
wow,
10.
30 minutes.
Oh, Becca, you received a 30-minute voice note from somebody. Wow.
So the idea of
just under 20 minutes.
Like
wow.
The idea of a voice note is that it is short, you get to the point, you say what you need to say, and you end it, right?
You can get a lot said. I would say, guys, try and keep your voice notes to like 3 minutes, maximum 4 minutes. Some people, even at double speed, still wish that WhatsApp would make a 3 times speed. At double speed, it still sounds slow. So guys, you guys are going to fall off your chair when I tell you what I'm going to tell you right now. My longest, Wilson, 25 minutes, that's long. Yeah. That's long. My longest to date voice note that I received from a person, 42 minutes long. 42 minute long voice note. Yep. And I listened to it in double speed, but that was 21 minutes of my time listening to it at double speed. I didn't even know WhatsApp could do it. A 42-minute voice note. So guys, if you send me a 42-minute voice note,
well,
I don't know how long it's yes, the person
the shorter the message, the quicker we can get back to you.
Yes, Mary Lynn, the person was probably repeating everything. I think the person decided to light up a spliff and smoked a little bit of weed and then decided to leave Chris a voice note. So there was a little bit of repeat, and it still sounded long at double speed at 21 minutes. So guys, no 42-minute voice notes, please. So, if you send me a 42-minute voice note, you can send me an invoice. I get you. Guys, there we go. We're hitting on the hour. I always like to keep the training within an hour. Um, put your hand up if you got something out of tonight's training. Did you get a nugget,
Yep.
something? Oh, guys, that warms my heart. I love asking that question at the end of every training. And, I just feel like it's worth putting the time and effort in. And thank you. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for taking the time out and being on the call. Next week, we're going to be continuing on some extra basics training. So now we covered some of the fundamentals, but now next week, we're going to be talking about the actual actions that need to be taken deeper into
how to build
how to build the business. I see Andrew has got his hand up. Andrew is going to be, as we know, if you guys came on late on the call, Andrew is going to be presenting tomorrow night the first updated presentation. Come on, guys, I'm bouncing. I am beyond excited. Can't wait for you all to see it. Andrew and I, we can have a Zoom call because I've got a Zoom call now in a few minutes. And then after that, then Andrew and I are Zooming. I can't wait for him to see it. Andrew,
Friday
you had
night
your hand
movie.
up. Friday night movie,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Sorry, yes, lots of popcorn. Um, in the chat earlier, I just mentioned the use of the word protocol. We need to steer clear of that, and the reason why is its association with medical practice. So we need to stick to recommended guidelines or recommended practices with
Oh,
patches.
okay.
So somebody asked me why, so I'm just trying to give the answer to that, so everyone on the call is aware of it. It has too much of an association to medical, and we are not medical at all. So everything that is shared with us from David Schmidt and regarding the patches are just recommended practices or recommended guidelines.
Very good idea there. I had the word in and out, in and out. So you just
It's a lovely
confirm.
word, and it's our go-to. Because
Yeah.
it just makes sense, but we are guided not to use it.
Good point.
Yeah, I actually
Good
saw
point.
in Jenna O'Sullivan's new manual that she also changed that. I think she calls it patch ideas. I'll just
Something
check.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah.
we're going to be. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the word that we're going to be tweaking in the presentation. So thanks for that. Thank you. Thank you for all your input, Andrew. We appreciate it. And thank you. Andrew's going to be stepping in with Tanya for the Australian Zoom. So watch out on the Australian group. We're going to be getting the presentations going next week. And then obviously Andrew on for tomorrow night. We can't wait. Okay, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks for
Love you
joining
all.
us.
Night, everybody. See you all soon. Night, everybody.
Take care. Good
Bye,
night. Good
guys.
night. Bye-bye.
Night, night,
Later.
guys. Okay, see you later.